Once we physically receive goods that we have ordered, we need to receipt and complete it in Unleashed so that our stock on hand is increased and accounted for. We will look at a few different scenarios. There are a few ways to get to the receipt screen. You can either use the receipt button, which is available on the purchase order itself, or if you are on the View Purchases screen, the receipt option will be in the Action Cog options. You can also select the Receipt Purchase option from the menu on the left-hand side of the page, or you can use the global search to find that purchase order. Let's look at a simple example of receipting in goods. If all your goods have arrived, you can go ahead and click the Receipt button, then click on Confirm Receipt. However, if you did not receive all your goods that you ordered, you are able to change the receipt quantity before you confirm the receipt. So let's say that I only received 8 out of the 10 biscuit tins that I ordered. Once you do this, the receipt button will change to a split receipt button. You can then click on that button to receipt the goods that you currently have. So let's do that. And then we can split complete this purchase order. The system will then automatically create a second purchase order for you for the remaining goods which are yet to be received. This will have the same purchase order number as your original purchase order, but will have a -1 appended to it, which you can see here. When those goods eventually arrive, you are able to receipt those in and add in any costs associated, and then complete that order. Let's look at how to receipt products that are batch tracked. So here we have a placed purchase order for my Sweethearts candy. When you receipt that in, you will see it in red in the batch column on the purchase order. Click on the plus sign. You would then need to add in the batch number and expiry date and quantity, then click Add Batch. The batch number column will be updated as you add in that batch. Once the number is correct, it will turn green and you can then confirm receipt and eventually complete the order. Please note that if the number is incorrect, for example, if you have not accounted for all 10 items in my example, the number will remain in red and you will not be able to confirm the receipt. Let's now look at how to receipt in serial tracked products. So here we have a placed purchase order for my deluxe peanuts. When you have ordered goods that are serial tracked, you would need to add in a serial number for each individual unit purchased. So for our deluxe peanuts product, you can see a red number in the serial column. Click on the plus sign. You would then need to add in serial numbers for each product, then click on Add Serial. Please note that each serial must be comma separated or entered on a new line. Once you have entered all the relevant serial numbers, the serial column will turn green and you can confirm the receipt and eventually complete the purchase order. Please note that if you forget a serial number, it will remain red and you will not be able to proceed. Let's have a look at purchase orders and their impact on average landed cost. As you receipt in product and complete the purchase order, we start to calculate the average landed cost. Let's have a look at a simple example. If we look at our sour worms product, it is brand new and Unleashed and we do not have any stock on hand for it, so the average landed cost is 0. Do note that we will always go back to an average landed cost of 0 when there is no stock on hand. Once we start purchasing products in, we will start tracking it. When we calculate the average landed cost, we take into account not only the purchase price, but we also take into account the costs associated with getting that product. As soon as we receipt and complete the purchase order with those products, we have calculated the average landed cost. Now, of course, product prices can fluctuate, so if we create a second purchase order for the same product, but for a different price, it will change the average landed cost for you. Of course, the average landed cost would increase and decrease over time as you receipt in those purchase orders, as well as when you complete those purchase orders. To learn more about receipting and completing purchase orders, see the Unleashed help files.